They're gone. Who's the hard charger there? 103 John Rawcliffe is coming back from about 4th or 5th. He's on the big bike. We've got the juniors and the seniors here, which is basically Formula 1, Formula 2, but I see he was probably the big mover, and he now slots into, I think, 4th or 5th place on the 103 machine, all the way up from Invercargill for the Suzuki International Series. Something going on with Scott Finlay there. The black and fluorescent green machine doesn't seem to be on the pace there through there, and lost 3 or 4 positions, but right now it is Jan Louis out in the front on the 88 machine, and then followed by Eddie Kattenberg on the 15. Then we go back to a junior. I think that's got to be Kyron O'Neill. Kyron O'Neill probably on the 83 machine. It could be Dean Bentley. Dean Bentley should be at the sharp end of the field, but that one I think is... Yep, I think that's Kyron O'Neill with Dean Bentley a bit further down. No, Dean's got the whiter leather, so I'm going to say at the moment Dean Bentley. Let's have a look at the Ctas footage and see whether we can pick them up. Great to have the Ctas live. For a lot of years there was a 7-second delay and it was just really confusing our commentary, but now we've got it live and we've got so many cameras around there. It's just absolutely world-class footage there as they go into the Go Media corner for the first time there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, this is exciting, very, very exciting. Yeah, Jan Louis got a great start, so this is going to be good. These guys have been hammering tongs all season so far, but to see Jan Louis leading the way on the FZR 1000, he will cross the line at first, Eddie Kattenberg right in behind him, and then we look to the first of our junior bikes, and it is Dean Bentley. You were right, Spider, so Dean Bentley, he's in there. John Rawcliffe, he comes through, he's on a big bike as well, so that's 4th in the race but 3rd in the Pre89 Senior. And then we go to Chris Sales, he's on there on that beautiful XR machine as well, so we're junior and senior, and battles all around, Spider. It's going to be magic.
Yeah, interesting. Chris Sales is a local man, and it's just a single cylinder XR 500. The only man in history in the New Zealand motorcycle sport to put his number plate on the muffler. It's such a big muffler, and you can see the number 321 there, and it just stands out very, very well. But no fairing here, and very determined rider. His father Pete's built most of this bike, built the bike. I guess Chris has had some sort of feeling. They're very, very talented engineers. You can see him coming out of the hairpin on the sit-up. Motard style bike is probably the way I'd describe it. An 8-lap journey. They come in and out of Higgins there. Jan Louis just opens that bike up. Normally Eddie Kattenberg's is faster down this back straight, but it seems to be Jan is just that little bit quicker. Both from the Hawke's Bay and good mates, I believe, and they're sort of having a good old ding-dong. Eddie closes in there along that end of that straight. So it is Dean Bentley in 3rd place, 5'11". I did cover my bases there. I got it right, but I would have got it right whoever was there, because I mentioned them all. So don't give me credit for that one, folks. It's... great battle. I think that's Scotty Finlay. No, it's Dean Bentley in 3rd place, first of the Formula 2 junior bikes. Then Scotty Finlay, Rawcliffe and Kyron O'Neill, the other ones that are dicing there with the thundering 321 going through there, Brad.
Yeah, this is great. I love this racing. The junior class, they were on fire at Taupo last weekend as well. They got a mixture of 4 cylinders and singles out there as well, all pre-89, and the junior, that just means the under 600cc capacity. But look at that through the S's at the moment. Dean Bentley leads Scotty Finlay. Scotty Finlay put it on a few laps around here, so that ZX4 of his, that's bloody really nice to see, Spider.
Yeah, got a shout out to Bob Grover there, 44, right at the tail end of the field, but a big smile there. And also Terry Galway, special man here, Terry Galway, 315 on the yellow Norton. 6 weeks ago he was lying on his back in a hospital. I think you do it from the back, and they chopped one of his kidneys out. He got the option of going, he got cancer, and been brewing for about 12 years, didn't know about it, it burst, and then all of a sudden he's got the option of going through the public system. He says, nah mate, he dipped into his pocket there, found the money, borrowed money off his mother, and got him chopped out. And when I saw him after the racing the other day, I'm sure he just about swallowed his ears, his smile was that big. He said, 6 weeks ago I didn't think I'd be here. So a big shout out for Terry Galway. He's got a couple of sons, Jaden and Jamie, running as well, but not here at the thing. The battle's on for the Formula 2. In fact, it's out there for the Formula 1. They were spread out, so I started talking about other things, but there's now 2 to 3 bike lengths as they go into turn 3 there. So it still is Jan Louis, but a big lunge there for Eddie Kattenberg on the 15. Big wheelie. You don't often see many wheelies out there, so Eddie is being a bit of a larrikin, but the battle is on there. Same quarter now, number 3. 5'11", and Scott Finlay. I said Scott Finlay had a bit of a drama earlier on and lost a few paces, but whatever it is, it sorted itself out, and now he's at Dean Bentley. Dean will be able to hear him too, right on his tailpipe, and he'll have to find a little bit more. Scotty Finlay, I think, has done a bit more racing. He drives out of the hairpin there, and Bentley's bike, I think this is Shane Lowry from Hamilton. Shane sort of disappeared and gone bicycle racing, so he spends his Sunday in Lycra, and then he goes out cycling, and he's got the stronger bike. Wow, that battle coming out of Higgins here. I've got 2 races going on. The battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, Formula 2. or Junior 1 is on down that back straight. Jean-Louis comes through there on the front straight as well there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, this is on. Look at Eddie. Reels him right in under brakes into turn 1. So we'll have a look at that. Round it closes right in, but it's still going to be Jean-Louis. Around turn 1 he goes. And then we go back to the 15 of Fast Eddie Kattenberg, so this is going to be great. There's still a massive 4 laps to go, and Dean Bentley crosses the line now. He is in 3rd place in the race, but that's the first of the junior bikes coming through with Scotty Finlay there in 4th in the race, 2nd in his class. Kieran O'Neill on the FZR, I think there's a 400cc motor in there, so Kieran O'Neill, he's a junior bike in there as well, and then John Rawcliffe. So great to have John Rawcliffe all the way up from Invercargill, and not sure if I've ever seen him racing in the North Island, so great to have the Suzuki International Series bringing them from all over the world, Spider.
Oh, everything's pre-89 in his life as teabags are that old. Last weekend at Taupo, they were sitting there having their decadent lifestyle. They were getting Tim Tams and breaking the end of a Tim Tam off each end and sucking their tea through it. They said, this is lovely. Said, do you want to have a shot? I got one. I broke the ends off the Tim Tam at each end, but I could not fit it down my beer snout. So I couldn't do that. But there's something going on there. There's a bit of pointing.
Change for the lead there. Eddie Kattenberg's got it done into Go Media, so hard under brakes. And Eddie Kattenberg now will lead the pre-89 senior class, and Jean-Louis still right there. So 3 laps to go, and it's all on here.
We've got a 3-way battle, I think, coming looming for the 3rd place on the podium, but the juniors there, it is Scotty Finlay has got away from Dean Bentley, and now Dean Bentley has been hounded by the number 83, Kieran O'Neill. So that's coming along the front straight. There's about 0.2 of a second between 3rd and 4th, and about the same between them, but that is compressing that race, and we see the lead bikes. Eddie's back in the front there. Eddie Kattenberg going into the hairpin with Jean-Louis right on top. Now watch the speed of these 2 bikes. Eddie's just punches out of that corner a little bit more. The 88's too far back to get in the slipstream, so it's going to be down to braking, and the action will happen on the final lap. We've got 3 laps to go at the moment here at Manfeild for the 2019 Suzuki International Series.
Yeah, that's great. Look at Jean-Louis just climb on the back wheel and get into a bit of a slipstream, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Down the back straight at the moment, so Eddie Kattenberg goes wide to turn in, but Jean-Louis is not going to quite be close enough under brakes. But this is well and truly on. When they cross the line, there'll be 2 laps to go, and it is still just Eddie Kattenberg, but it's going to be a full drag race to the line here. Let's see Eddie Kattenberg on the number 15 machine, ahead of the 88 Jean-Louis. So that is on as we speak, and then we're looking down the back straight at that 3-way fight, and it looks like Scotty Finlay's just pulled away from those 2 Yamahas at the moment there, Spider. We can see him coming around Go Media, and then we go back to that Kieran O'Neill and Dean Bentley fight, so that's heating up as well. Well,
that battle there, the best lap time for Dean Bentley is a 1:17. Finley's disappeared. He's a 1:15.9, so he's got this sorted, a 1:17. And then Kieran O'Neill, best lap 1:16, so he's about 0.9 of a second quicker, and that's just happened right now, the change of position. As I went across, I was looking at my screen and the change of position. So right now on the track, let's let a couple of bikes go through. We'll give them the current lap, but the battle for the lead is down in towards that Higgins, and Jean-Louis closes up there right on the tail of Eddie Kattenberg. There's less than a bike length in it now, and it's on the back straight there. Eddie opens this things up, but it almost looks like the 88 machine of Jean-Louis gets out of that corner a little bit. Eddie stretches the legs there. We have one gap, 1 bike length there coming out of Higgins is now 7 or 8, but it compresses up under braking. 5 to 1 goes through, and that is Dean Kendall. So what we had last lap, Eddie Kattenberg, Jean-Louis, Scotty Finlay, O'Neill and Bentley have swapped places for 4th and 5th. John Rawcliffe, Chris Sales, Mark McKenzie, Tim Campbell, the Wellington man, Chris Beams, Nick Olsen, Terry Galway and Godfrey Swartz, as well as Bob Grover there on the 44, the Waipakarau man. Waipakarau man, yeah, Waipakarau. I reckon I could put that in a limerick, but not... Oh, nothing like self-conscious when the other 3 boys giggle. Oh, somebody would have needed... Yeah, that's an interesting move there. You would have seen that one, Brad Ritchie?
Yeah, into the S's, yeah, just a bit of lap traffic for these lead 2 bikes to contend with, and a big dive there. So we caught it on the Ctas live footage. Awesome to have Grant and the team's got a cameraman over in the infield, so grabbing some great pictures coming into Higgins and out of turn 1. So
not just any old cameraman too. It is brother of Craig Sheriff, Joseph Sheriff. So he's a bit of a legend in there, and it's great to have him. Right, okay, the lead battle there is going down that back straight. I'm going to keep an eye out for that battle for 4th and 5th. If you watch that one there, Brad Ritchie, the lead battle.
Yep, yeah, I've got it covered there. And to go meaty for the final time, the white flag is out, so we're on the last lap, and there's a lapped rider right at the apex of the final corner, so we'll see if Eddie Kattenberg can sort that out. Looks like he's got around there okay, but here it is. The number 15 machine takes another win in Pre89 Racing. Eddie Kattenberg ahead of Jean-Louis. That's 1 and 2 in the books already, and then we're looking down the back straight spot. You got your eyes on that battle for the junior class?
I did, but it's actually spread out substantially, so unless somebody makes a mad error, it is going to be Kyron O'Neill, Dean Bentley, and of that three, sorry, with Scotty Finlay out in the front. So that battle came to us, and then it's disappeared all over. Wow, it's going to be interesting in the second race, because that Kyron O'Neill's really made some grounds on Scotty Finlay, so the lap times will tell us that story somewhere along the line. Kyron O'Neill, 1:16.1, a 1:15.7 fastest time. So there goes Dean Bentley there in 5th place on the track and 3rd place in his class. Johnny Rawcliffe goes through there on the 103 machine from the deep Southland. And Chris Sales, we've got about a few lappers already gone through. Tim Kendall, Chris Beams, Terry Galway, Nick Olsen, Godfrey Swartz, Bob Grover, I think. And we're waiting for Chris Sales there. There's Bob goes through, we're waiting for Chris Sales and Mark McKenzie. So here comes Chris Sales on the 321 machine. And Mark McKenzie from Wanganui on the little, I'm pretty sure this is a CBR